We've got some Week 9 Thursday night OFL football as the 5-2 Niners set to take on the 4-4 Cardinals in a battle of the commissioner of the league, being yours truly, facing off against the co-commissioner's team, which of course is Nick. Go Niners, wink wink. As let's start this one off here in the first quarter. And the official kickoff to the second half of the season, might I add, is Joe Mixon up the middle. Just a little Mixon squaring up for a gain of 12. Solid day on the game for Mixon. And then here's Mitchie T looking to throw it. But he's going downstairs where Daddy hides the vodka. That's Earl Thomas with the sack. So on third down, here is Trubisky looking to throw it. You might as well call him Kim Jong-un because he's launching nukes going deep. And that one would be snagged in by Pierre Garçon of all people. I'm surprised he even made it down the field without tearing a hamstring. And then on second down, there's Khalil Mack, the sack attack from the gold, red, and black with the sack, as Mack has been very solid for this Niner team this year. So that'll lead to a field goal attempt for the Cardinals. Kick is good, and Graham Gano will give Arizona a 3-0 lead. So here's Lamar Jackson and the Niner offense. Jackson won a Heisman at Louisville, now trying to have that same success in the OFL, as there's Kareem Hunt losing 3. Hunt leads the league in rushing yards, but today would not be his day, finishing with only about 44 rushing yards for the game. So Arizona returns on offense. Trubisky connects deep. That one would go to the 9-yard line, as Arizona trying to make this a 2-possession lead. And if they can get off to a nice lead early on, they'll be in business. Here's Trubisky looking, end zone, touchdown, as that's going to be Pierre Garçon. Once again, Niners make it 10-0, as the Cardinals with a nice steady lead here. Here's Lamar Jackson looking to throw it, and he would connect with his main man, Danny Amendola, with the first down on that one. And then San Francisco trying to punch it in. Here's Jackson looking to throw it. He's going to scramble like he's late on a date, and he will waltz in the end zone for a Niner touchdown. And now it's 10-7. San Francisco back in the game and in the football. Times are looking right in San Francisco, but not after that play, as Hunt loses 3. That's Leighton Vander Esch with the play. So the Cardinals will get it back. This is their opportunity to make it a 2-possession lead, right? As there's Trubisky connecting deep, bringing it to the 19. Arizona looking good here, driving down the field. Now second down and 10 for Arizona, as Trubisky looking to throw it, and he'd be picked off. You can't spell intercepted without the D. That's Jabril Peppers with the play down the field. Eventually caught at the 14, but still a huge turnover right there for the Niners, as they have new life here in this ball game. And then here on fourth down and 8, that'll be a field goal for Josh Lambo. We are tied up at 10. So let's advance later here in the second half. Mixon loses the juice. Nasir Adderley picks it up, and then he fumbles it, and Arizona gets it back. Huge sigh of relief for the Cardinals. Now, the first fumble would actually be reversed, but still a little bit of a scare right there for Arizona. So let's now go to the second half, 10 apiece, as that's going to be a jet sweep, and it works to perfection. Down the field he goes, and the Cardinals will take the lead, as that's Pierre Garçon once again against a team who he played for in the NFL as he was a 49er. Obviously, this is not the NFL. This is the OFL, as there's Lamar Jackson fumbling the football. That would be Marquise Hollywood Brown picking it up, but still a nice play on third down right there for Arizona, as they continue to drive down the field. Now here's Mitchie T, Mr. Biscuit, whatever you want to call him. Mitchell Trubisky connecting with Garçon, spinning and grinning. Now Arizona has it at the 8, trying to punch it in. Here is Mitchie T looking end zone. He connects with his main man. Julio hit the stretch. That's Julio Jones for 6. Cardinals make it 14-10. And now later in the fourth quarter, Arizona wants to extend their lead even more. Third and goal. Trubisky looking to throw it. And that's the story of this game for the Niners. Dropped interceptions, missed chances. San Francisco had opportunities to win this one, but plays like that just show why they have not. They dropped countless interceptions, and the Cardinals do tack on another field goal, making it 27-10. And after that, we would just simulate. I can't take any more of my team just getting absolutely demolished. We do score a late touchdown, but it doesn't matter. Cardinals get the win, 27-17. GG, Nick. But we're still first into the division, so suck on that, buddy. As looking at the stats for the game, Trubisky was pretty good. Lamar Jackson was not. Most of his stats came on that last drive where we simulated, so there's that. And then looking at the defense stats, Desir Adderley had a pretty good game, 10 tackles for Devin White as well. No sacks allowed, so that's good. And then looking at the rest of the league, Texans beat the Jaguars in dominant fashion, as Jacksonville has sort of fallen off a cliff. They started off well and have not looked the same since, as they lose by 3 scores here against their divisional rival Texans. And this OAFC South is anybody's division. I could see the best team in this division being 7-9 and the worst team in the division being 6-10. It's that tight, and it's also that bad. The Eagles beat the Bears 29-14. Nice win for Philadelphia as they continue their winning ways. Chicago continues to tank with their 10 first-round draft picks and 15 second-round draft picks. Steelers get the win here over the Colts. Nice game from Joe Flacco, as the Steelers are certainly a team that could surprise some people and make the playoffs. I don't think it's likely, but you know what? Anything's possible. We've seen stranger. Jets upset the Dolphins as Miami sort of taken a steep turn. They lose their second straight. Fat Rob with a touchdown. My man Terry McLaurin with a touchdown. But it's not going to be enough as the tanking Jets win their third game of the year, improving to 3-6. Vikings beat the Chiefs in dominant fashion, 38-20. Dominant performance. 4 touchdowns from Nick Foles. 10 catches to my man Jesse James. One pride, where you at? And James did have one of Foles' 4 touchdowns. And then the Chiefs, their defense didn't have it in this one, clearly. As next up, the Titans beat the Panthers 38-17. Carolina is on a pretty big losing streak. Only 1 win since opening game. They are clearly tanking. And the Titans, they have that slight edge in the OAFC South, but not by much. And while Tennessee got off to a hot start, they've not played their best ball as of late. And then the slide keeps on happening for the Redskins. They lose their 6th straight after starting off 3-0. And they lose to the Buffalo Bills of all teams, who only get their 3rd win of the year. As Washington, they were one of 3 teams to start off 3-0. And ever since that Giants loss, they've just fallen off a cliff. The Bucks narrowly get by the Seattle Seahawks in this one, only by 1 point. As with Seattle's loss, we're still in first place in the division, boys. It's all A-okay. And Tampa Bay, they could certainly make a playoff run. This team, especially on offense, is looking really good. Lions continue their dominance, beating the Raiders. Detroit has not lost since week 1. And they look like the favorite, potentially, to make the OFL Bowl, which is sort of a surprise, because if you follow the Discord, you may know Albo Pohl put Lions head coach Ian Billmeyer dead last in his coaching rankings, yet Billmeyer's higher than him on the Coach of the Year ranking for Madden. I don't know. It's strange. Packers taking on the Chargers, as Los Angeles is playing some good ball recently, and this is a team right with Kansas City, right with Denver in the OAFC West. Any of those 3 teams can make it. I wouldn't be shocked if all 3 of those teams make the playoffs. And speaking of Denver, they get the win 24-20 over the Browns. Cleveland falls to 0-8. Will Cleveland finish 0-16? I'd be shocked. They have made some moves to help their team now, picking up guys like Deshaun Watson, Mike Daniels, DeMarcus Lawrence. So I could see Cleveland finishing out the year 500, going 4-4 in their last 8 games. I'm not saying they'll finish out the year 500 going 8-8, but you get what I'm saying. Patriots narrowly get by the Ravens on Sunday Night Football. New England still only has 1 loss, one of just 3 teams, along with the Lions and the Bengals, who had a bye week this week. We'll see a lot of Cincinnati in just a second. And then last but not least, Them boys, shout out to Kaz. They beat the Giants on Monday Night Football 24-21. Nice game, from the second best quarterback in the NFC North in real life, Matthew Stafford. And the Giants have played some pretty bad football after a nice start to the year. And now we got some Week 10. Remember, doubleheader in this one, as it'll be the Ravens and the Bengals. Baltimore coming off a heartbreaking loss on Sunday Night Football against the juggernaut Patriots. Are set to take on the 7-1 Bengals coming off a bye week of their own. Let's see if Cincinnati can keep the win train rolling. Let's start this one off. First quarter, interception for K'Wan Williams. Nice start here for Cincinnati. Marcus Mariota with the pick. Mariota figured things out as this one went along, but not a good start for him. And then here is Dak Prescott looking, and he would connect with the ageless wonder himself, Larry Fitzgerald, bringing it to the 20. Now up to 12. Bengals trying to punch it in. 2nd and 1 as Dak would fake the handoff, and he would be under pressure. Dak spinning and grinning, and he loses the football. That's Brandon Graham who picks it up. And there goes that man, the big guy. He can't keep himself going, and he'd eventually be brought down at the 1-yard line by a gentleman with a square head. Is that Dak Lego Head Prescott with the tackle? I guess so, but Baltimore are going to try to punch it in here on 1st and goal. The Ravens would do just that as Mariota, scrambling like eggs on a frying pan, he'd connect in the end zone for a touchdown. That's Mike Gesicki, the young tight end out of Penn State. Baltimore makes it 7-0. Prescott sacked again. That's for rookie out of Maryland, Darnell Savage, with the play. Savage, of course, drafted by the Packers in the NFL draft. Not that that matters, since he never played a down for them and is here in the OFL. And then a Moss 30-yard score for Baltimore. They extend their lead. That's Jones with the play. So just like that, it's now 14-0, and Baltimore is going to try to make that lead even bigger. Going for the field goal, the kick is up, and it is just short. That's what she said, and it is still going to be 14-0. Here returns the Bengal offense, as they still have not scored yet. They're going to try to fix that up. And then here comes Cincinnati. That's once again Larry Fitzmagic. Larry Fitzgerald to be exact. He's about 50 years old. But the old man still has it. He's not actually 50. He's actually 69. Giggity, giggity. And then here is a nice run from Chris Thompson, sorry. Thompson would be injured. That would suck if that was in real life. He's on my fantasy team. We're not doing too hot. 1-3. Anyway, 3rd down and 1. Here's Prescott looking to throw it. He is under some pressure, and he'd be brought down, as that's Brandon Graham who had the big fumble recovery. He gets the sack, former Super Bowl champion of the Eagles. Not that that matters, because there is no such thing as a Super Bowl here in the OFL. So it is now going to be 14-3 after a Bengal field goal. As here's Aaron Jones finding the hole like I did last night under the covers. And Jones, the former UTEP Miner, bringing it to the 24. Very solid game in this one for the third-year man. And then Mariota connecting with his main man, Jones, once again for his second receiving touchdown of the game. Mariota's 3rd passing score, now 21-3. How could the Ravens choke this, right? As Dak would be sacked there. Cincinnati does call the timeout. And it would pay off as they now have it at the 10. Trying to come back here, down 18 points. Prescott looking in the back of the end zone. And he has his man, Larry Fitzgerald, with the score. And now it's 21-10. Cincinnati, will they come back here? Will they make a run? Here's Dak Prescott. He's going to roll out, and he's going to go out. Connecting on that pass, bringing it to the 43-yard line. As Cincinnati driving down the field, that was Golden Tate with the catch. 1st and goal. Here's Prescott looking to throw it, and the Dak attack would go down black. Prescott sacked by Kevin Minter, the veteran, as that would lead to a 4th and goal. Bengals at the 1. Will they go for the field goal? Yes, they do. The kick is good. Interesting call, but okay. 8-point game, as that's Mike Bagley with the play. So just like that, it is now 21-13. Cincinnati has it back here in the 4th quarter. Prescott up the middle just a little. That's Julian Edelman, the final Super Bowl MVP before the annihilation of the NFL and obviously the OFL. As there's a broken tackle. Here comes that man. Touchdown for Cincinnati. That's Cody Latimer with the score. And the Bengals can tie it up with a 2-point conversion. Will they do it? Does Dak have ice in his veins? He sure as hell friggin' does. And this game is now tied up. That's Golden Tate with the score. So it's now 21-21. Bengals get a big stop there on third down. That's Bobby McCain with the tackle. But Baltimore's going to risk it for the biscuit. 4th and 1. They're going to go for it. And when in doubt, give it to the beast. That's Aaron Jones. Carry-on's better, by the way. Lions are better than the Packers. Doesn't matter, as Jones gets the first down. And then here comes Jones again on third down and 14. Bengals do get the stop. So they still have a chance to win this one. But here is Baltimore for the field goal. It's good. So they take a 3-point lead. What can Cincinnati do? Can they finish out the comeback and get the win or even tie it up and bring it to OT as Prescott who's going to throw it? He has Julian Edelman who brings it to the 46. Clock keeps ticking. Now about 8 seconds left. Mike Bagley for the win. And it is short. That's what she said. And the Bengals will lose their second game of the year, 24-21. The comeback effort is not enough, as Mike Bagley's was just too short. He doesn't get any of the girls. I stole them. So Baltimore improves to 5-4, as coming off a heartbreaking loss against New England, they beat Cincy in a tough stretch of 2 games. Going 1-1 is not bad at all. And let's see if Baltimore can carry this momentum into potentially a playoff berth, as Phillip Rivers throws 3 interceptions in this one. Not his best outing, and the Raiders do seem sort of like that last team in the AFC West, but there's still a chance. Anything's possible. And then the Bills beat the Browns 31-3, and this surprises me. Yes, the Browns are now 0-9, but the Bills have not been any good this year. They're now, 3-6, 4-6? They're not doing much better, and they just absolutely annihilate Cleveland. So maybe the Browns will go 0-16. Will it happen? I've said countless times it won't, but who knows? Maybe it will. Packers get the win here over the Carolina Panthers. Nice game from Sam Darnold, and the Packers could surprise some people. They have sort of been in like that 8-9 seed range, which isn't enough for the playoffs. But who knows? Maybe they can string a few wins together, and maybe it's possible. Falcons beat the Saints, 4-touchdown game from Trace McSorley, the rookie out of Penn State. And with this loss, the Saints are no longer first in their division. They are now second behind the Bucs, who, spoiler alert, may or may not have won their game this week. Lions beat the Bears just barely. Get it? Just barely? Okay, I'm sorry. 23-21 is your score. Lions still with only 1 loss. They improved to 8-1, I believe. The Bears can keep their tank going. So Detroit does not look like a fluke. They've won 8 straight, and they're in it to win it. They are contending for the bowl. Battle of MetLife, Giants taking on the Jets. New York gets the win. The New York Giants, to be specific. Josh McCown at quarterback. Andrew Luck must still be injured, as remember when we saw them lose in Week 8 to Detroit, no Andrew Luck, and he is still not back yet, so I'll have to monitor his injury. Chiefs beat the Titans 28-21, 3 touchdowns from the man, the myth, the legend, Wes Lunt. Russell Wilson's 3-score day, not enough. Seth Roberts with 205 receiving yards. He has been a cheat code this year in the OFL for whatever reason, but nonetheless, Kansas City does indeed get the win. Cardinals lose to the Bucks 20-28. As Tampa Bay keeps their win streak going, and Arizona comes back to earth after beating the best team in the league. Wink, wink. That might just be me being biased. Okay, it is. But nonetheless, nice win here for Tampa Bay. Next thing's next. The Dolphins lose again, this time to Indianapolis, 21-16. So I think the Dolphins had 2 losses the entire year, and then in this episode, they've added 2 more, if I'm not mistaken. That sounds like last year. Remember Season 3 of OFL 19? We had a stream. The Dolphins had 2 losses, and then they added 2 more. So doubleheaders clearly do not like the Miami Dolphins, whether it's OFL 19, whether it's OFL 20. Just, if I was RSV, I would try to avoid these doubleheaders as much as possible. Steelers beat the Rams, as Los Angeles, they were sort of at the beginning of the year, but they're sort of falling off. Can't see them making the playoffs, so it looks like we will have a new OFL Bowl champion, as of course the Rams have gone back-to-back. And then them boys win once again, as it was a very bad start to the year for them boys, but they've really picked it up the past few weeks, and who knows, could a playoff berth be in sight? There's my man Justin Coleman with the pick. He's been great for our Lions. And then last but not least, the 49ers get the win over Seattle, 42-27 on Monday Night Football. So we're 6-3. We go 1-1. Big win over a divisional foe. We are now a game and a half above Arizona and Seattle, excuse me. Lamar Jackson did throw 2 interceptions, though. Then here's a look at the slate of games for week number 11. Cardinals-Niners again. Maybe we can get our revenge there. And week 11 will only be 1 week, normal episode. So your seedings for the OAFC are as shown. I didn't have time to read them, so I won't state them, but okay. And then in the ONFC, Lions 1, Niners 2, Bucks 3, Eagles 4, Falcons 5, Saints 6. Look at Dallas. They've won 4 in a row, and they are now just half a game behind that wild card spot. So credit to Dallas for really sticking in there. Players of a week for week 9, Nick Foles, Bud Dupree, and then a pair of Titans, Sony Michel, and I forget the defensive player, I couldn't tell. And then for week 10, Kareem Hunt, Matt Judon, Seth Roberts, and Mike Hughes. That'll do for the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and as always, have a good one. Peace.
I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. Loving plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Imagination, life is your creation.
Yo, hey, man!